Hey guys, welcome to this episode or this lesson of TikTok tips. So, I got this idea from basically a lot of live streams that I've been having. If you know, lately I've been doing a lot of videos about the TikTok Creators Fund, how I left it for a number of different reasons, mostly account sabotage, as many people have been reporting, and you can watch the series of videos about that to learn more. But basically I left. It's been almost 2 weeks now, and I've been keeping people up to date on it via YouTube, via Instagram, and then also via live streams, and here and there on TikTok as well, being sneaky about it. But one of the questions that I get all the time now on live streams is, how do I make money off of TikTok if I'm not in the Creators Fund? And I realized that a lot of people and a lot of creators who have a pretty decent following, not necessarily as big as mine, but a pretty decent following, really don't know how to monetize on TikTok without the Creators Fund. And I really wanted to get some of this information out to you. Here's a summary of some of the ways that you can make money off of TikTok without using the Creators Fund, especially because the Creators Fund on average for everyone really honestly pays pennies. I was making about $200 a month on average from the Creators Fund, and then my sister who left, who had a following of about 25,000 followers, left after 2 months and only had $3. And I have a following of over 600,000 followers, and so there are so many other lucrative ways to make money off of TikTok. And so I'm just going to go into some of them right now, and then in later on lessons I'm going to go really deep in and just teach you like the ins and outs of what I have figured out of how to work those different avenues. So one avenue that you can use is crowdfunding. Some people use GoFundMe and stuff like that, but the avenues that I use are Patreon and OnlyFans. They're really, really great. They're basically monthly subscriptions that people can pay to you to support you. Patreon has different tiers that you can give at, and with each tier you can associate different rewards and stuff like that. OnlyFans is also a way, even though there's literally just one rate that you can give at. It usually gets a bad rap for being associated with sex work, which honestly, sex work is legitimate as well, but a lot of people don't know that it's not just for sex work. You can use it for a whole bunch of other different kinds of content as well. And honestly, to me, providing extra content on Patreon and OnlyFans for people to pay for, that's a really good way to get extra revenue. And that's where most of my revenue comes from as a content creator, is providing like extra behind the scenes content through crowdfunding sources like Patreon and OnlyFans. Another way is direct deposit. You'll see a lot of creators have like their Cash App, Venmo, PayPal in their bio. I kind of used to frown on it when I was a smaller creator because I was like, it seemed pretty weird. It seemed like begging for money, but a lot of people don't really dig the monthly subscription kind of thing, and so they would rather just know your general payment information so that they can send you whatever amount of money that they would like to whenever they want, not just tied to a monthly subscription, which means like they could even send you even more money than what your Patreon tier subscriptions are worth, or your OnlyFans subscription is worth, and I've definitely experienced that. So that's another way. Like honestly, the generosity of your fans and followers, you'll be very, very surprised if you have garnered a likable, personality or whatever. You have a good relationship with your fans. You'll be very, very surprised of how many are willing to support you financially, and honestly, that can do so much more than the Creators Fund. The other way is doing deals with outside brands and negotiating with brands to do like promotions and stuff. One way is like doing ambassadorship commissions, where you are an ambassador for a brand and you basically make commissions based on how many items you sell using your own like personalized promotional code and stuff. And if you're very active with that, that can bring in a little bit of extra income. And then also like paid advertisements can work as well. For instance, like I did a campaign to get people out to go register and vote, and I got paid to post a TikTok for that, and that was probably one of my biggest paychecks of the year. And so that's also a way to make money on TikTok as well. Also, funneling, using your TikTok followership to funnel followership to other apps like Instagram and YouTube is another way to monetize, so that you can start monetizing on those apps, and so that you have another way to advertise for brands that come to you that want to work with you. Live streaming on TikTok is another way. When people give you gifts and stuff and coins and whatever on TikTok, those translate into dollars, into doll hairs. And it can take a little bit to garner a following big enough to make significant amounts of money, because you have to reach 1,000 followers on TikTok in order to be able to live stream. But if you make a consistent schedule, I have found if you make a consistent schedule and you have engaging live streams, that's also a great way to make money off of TikTok almost instantly. And honestly, on average, I am able to make more money from live streams on average per day per live stream than I was ever able to make with the Creators Fund. Another way also is merch, selling your own merch, and that requires you to do quite a bit of advertising yourself. But if you get a big enough following where people would buy merch from you, maybe you say a lot of like interesting things, like phrases that you've coined, that's a way to make money on merch, and you can do it really, really easily on places like Teespring and stuff. I think I first started selling merch when I was at about 40K, 50K, 1,000 followers or so, and it was pretty lucrative even then. And so as long as you put work into that, you can also make money from that. But what it comes down to, honestly, is that it's best to kind of leave the fund alone. I still recommend that, and work on growing your audience on TikTok, because the more audience engagement that you have, the more power you have to use these avenues to reach more people and to negotiate with brands. And like I've pretty much gone over in a lot of my videos, joining the TikTok Creators Fund has a very extremely high chance of them cutting your views basically once you join the Creators Fund and tanking your engagement. And engagement is what gives you power as a creator to be able to negotiate with brands and to reach your fans in order to, build your crowdsourcing and crowdfunding platforms and such. So that's why I strongly suggest to all creators of all sizes, small, medium, large, maybe not large, maybe those are honestly larger creators. Some people would consider me a large creator. But honestly, the really large creators are the ones that are probably profiting the most off of the Creators Fund and probably what it was actually intended for. But for those of us that are not in that tier, like I said, engagement is what's most important. And unfortunately for us, unlike some of the other bigger name TikTokers, engagement isn't just going to be doled out to us necessarily. And so it's very important to stay away from anything that's going to sabotage your account, because you need engagement in order to have negotiating power. So in further lessons, I'm going to go way more into detail about like just strategizing how to do these different sources of income and how your TikTok followership comes into play in getting these set up. But honestly, yes, there are ways to make money off of TikTok. And no, it's not all necessarily from within the app, and people need to know that. So if you're watching this on YouTube, all the next few lessons are going to be basically, what's it called? Just for my Patreon $10 a month tier, TikTok Tips is basically a special present or special reward for for everyone that gives at least $10 a month for my Patreon. So please go sign up for that for the next few lessons. I might put maybe one free one here on YouTube as well, but this at least I wanted to get out to everybody. But if you want the rest of the lessons, I please ask to go on and sign up for Patreon. I think it's going to be a lot of good information. So that was this lesson for TikTok Tips. And if you're watching this on Patreon, stay tuned for the next lesson coming up, and hopefully these tips help you figure out where to go as far as monetizing your TikTok engagement. So hope this helps. At least this is a good starting point, and we'll talk some more in the next lesson. All right, I'll see you guys in the next lesson of TikTok Tips. Bye.